Welcome back to the action here on Streaming Board 1. And after a bit of a delay in play, I'm sure you've been enjoying the action over on Stream 2 with Dan Dawson, but you rejoin me, Chris Murphy, here for the third round and a meeting between the number 1 seed, Ian White, and the German number 1, Max Hopp, playing for a place in the last 16 of the last Players' Championship event of 2019. And Max
Ian to
Hopp
throw for the ball.
Used to have an incredibly good record against Ian White, but
25.
the tide seems to have turned for Diamond White. He was
25.
unable to beat Max Hopp in any of their first 5 meetings, but has now won the last 3, including one at the World Match Play last
25.
year, one on the European Tour last year, and one in a Players' Championship quarter-final here in Barnsley last month. That was 6-3 to Diamond White.
25.
Who has booked his place in round
Bullseye.
3 today
Max
by
has won the
virtue
ball.
of wins against Ted Everts and David Van Baarle.
Max
the
to throw first.
latter going to a last leg decider. A far easier victory in the first round. He made it easy for himself because he averaged 108 against Ted Everts
57.
to win that match 6-1. He's rattled in 4 180s along the way.
180.
He's rattled in 5 180s along the way. We have seen a 9-dart leg here in Barnsley today. Gerwyn Price opening
135.
his second round match with a perfect leg and then threatening it in the next leg, throwing 15 perfect darts. Ian White's spell at the start of this match
81.
ends after 4 in the treble 20 bed. Max Hopp has to think here. 309. Max
140.
Hopp didn't think there, because 139 would have left 170, which he would have been able to take out.
140.
White punishes the miscalculation.
$137.
Hopp himself had 5 180s and still has 5 180s from his first couple of matches.
90.
White wobbles on the outer ring.
Game shot.
And Max Hopp nails double 16 to take the first leg. He's enjoyed victories against Darius Labanauskas and Josh Payne. 6-0 the first, 6-4 the second, an average of 92 in both of those wins.
96.
Consistent, but may have to raise that game to end the run of 3 straight defeats against Ian White. A rare slip into the 5 for Max Hopp. He is
125.
statistically the straightest thrower in the world. His darts stray into the segment next door
139.
less frequently than any other player. Would like to land one next door to that.
180.
Gives it a couple of next door neighbours. Taking his tally of maximums up to half a dozen for the day.
96.
As it has been a little while since you've heard from me here on Stream 1, I will let you know which players have already made it through to the last 16. In fact, I'll do that at the end of this leg because Hopp
180.
has now fired in back-to-back 180s. Yet could be denied the leg because White wants the ball.
145.
Well, it was not far away. And Max
Game
Hopp
shot.
breaks a throw, doubles his lead. Takes a step closer to the last 16, where Andy Jenkins is, having seen off Yella Clarkson 6-3 on board 2. Peter Wright continuing to play at a sublime standard. 6-5 he's beaten Steve West. Steve West lost that match despite
99.
averaging 105.5. Peter Wright averaged 109.6 in that. Superb
60.
stuff from Snakebite. Mark McGeaney through as well. He's beaten Adam Hunt 6-2. Aaron Monk also through to the last 16, the 4th round here. A 6-5 win for him against Andy Bolton. You may have witnessed on stream 2 Jeffrey Desvan beating Stephen Bunting to progress to the same stage. Gawain Price hit a 9-darter earlier. He's through to round 4. A 6-2 win for him against Dirk van Dijvenbode. Chris Dobie seen off Steve Beaton to book his place in the last 16. A 6-2 win for Hollywood. He's joined there by Darren Webster, who's whitewashed Cristo Reyes. Johnny Clayton has whitewashed Barry Bates.
135.
And the last couple of names that have made it that far are Cody Harris, a 6-2 winner against Germany's Gabriel Clements, and Jermaine Watermain, a 6-1 winner against Wales's Jamie Lewis.
180.
White's second max of the match gets him back into contention in this leg. But Hopp wants double 8. And
Game
it is
shot.
127 in game for Max Hopp. And he's halfway. 5 straight wins against White and then 3 straight defeats, but he's reeled off 3 straight legs. And this is
180.
ridiculous darts from the pair of them. Ian White is averaging 122 and he hasn't got a leg on the board. That's because Max Hopp is averaging 129
60.
after 3 legs. Wayward one from White. Corrected.
125.
The ace adjustment. Putting him in pole position in this leg.
$57.
We mentioned yesterday during the final that White has gone the full season
140.
without picking up a floor title, despite being one of the top performers, one of the most consistent performers, as always, in these Players' Championship events.
60.
It would be fitting if he were to win the last one, but he's given himself a bit of a mountain to climb against Max Hopp here.
Game shot.
But the hike has begun. 3-1, still averaging 123. We saw something quite remarkable from Peter Snakebite Wright yesterday, 123.5, the record
93.
average in a live broadcast match when he whitewashed Christoph Ratajski. Can Ian White keep it up and threaten?
55.
Well, at this point, just 4 legs in.
180.
It's very easy for those averages to dip. And that any trebleless term will see a few points come off it, but Max Hopp is managing to raise his by virtue
60.
of his 3rd max.
$140.
This is incredible from Germany's number 1.
57. 74. $81.
Choices for Max Hopp.
Game shot.
Straight at it, straight in it. Highest average we've ever seen from Ian White at one of these Players' Championship events is
140.
That was just a matter of weeks ago when he beat Steve West in the semi-finals 7-2. Before going on to average 109 in the final, but still losing it somehow. Hitting a 9-darter in it as well against Mensa Suljovic. Well, he's on course to average something similar, perhaps even a record average for him here.
140.
And lose the match. The highest we've seen from Max Hopp was back in April this year, 110.5. That is certainly well within the German sights.
60. $140.
A hat-trick of ton 40s.
$139.
Max Hopp just stopping to make sure he left a finish, just in case Ian White doesn't take out this 81. Well, Ian White
49.
offering up to Max Hopp that he doesn't think he's going to take out 167, because a dart in the 12 segment would have guaranteed White a shot at the bullseye. White is right.
100.
Now he has to get this bit right.
Game shot.
And he does with the last dart in hand. Could prove to be a crucial skin-saving double, that.
$99.
Moving downstairs, looking for treble 19 and finding it.
177.
A 177 start. Really turning up the heat on Hopp.
180.
Basking in the heat. 4 maxes for the maximizer.
$97.
Surely 5.
180.
For the second time in the match, Max Hopp has delivered back-to-back maximums
180.
in a leg which has seen Ian White record scores of 177 and a ton 80.
Game shot.
Simply sensational stuff from the pair of them. White on 47 after 9, but Hopp goes out in 11 to lead 5-2. And he is well on course to smash his own personal
58.
best of just over 110 on the Pro Tour. Max Hopp goes into what he hopes will be the final leg, averaging 117.
100.
Just a couple of years ago, people were starting to question whether Max Hopp was going to disappear. Really did suffer a
100.
spell in the darting doldrums before rising himself to win that maiden PDC title in the German Open last year. Followed it up with a Pro Tour win in Dublin, and has started to become a bit of a contender. Semi-finalist at the European Championship last year, up to 24th in the
97
main order of merit, and doing a job on one of the most consistent players in world darts right now, Ian White, the world number 10, the number 1 seed here.
180.
But he can't stop Hopp. Because he's on to complete a ruthless, relentless victory
140.
with back-to-back 11 darters. Double 18 to do just that. An ice.
Game shot and the match.
A quite delightful cake. A wonderful performance from Max Hopp, who's averaged in the end 119. That is his personal best by a long, long way. Ian White only got 2 legs despite averaging 111 himself. Hopp has just produced what is actually the 3rd highest average that we've ever seen in these Players' Championship events since we started streaming them live. Max Hopp, with a simply stunning performance to book his place in the last 16, defeats the number 1 seed Ian White 6-2. I'll say it again, the average 119. Wow.